Hello everyone, today we will learn about geometric sequences and series. So first let's learn the definition of geometric sequence. A geometric sequence has a common ratio between each term. For example, 3, 6, 12, 24, 48 has a common ratio of 2. So here's another example. And for the, how do you say that? Here's a formula that you can calculate the nth term. How much is the nth term if you know the first term and the common ratio? I think it's easy to prove. Let's see here. So if first term is u1, we can also write as u1 times r to the power of 0 because all the number to the power of 0 equal 1 except when r equals 0. Oh my god. So then second term we can write as u1 times r to the power of 1. Okay, remember here's 1. Then third term we can write as is equal u1 times r to the power of 2. So let's continue this. We can find the pattern because first term the power here is 0, second term the power here is 1, third term the power here is 2. So for the nth term the power it should be n minus 1. So now we get it. We get here the formula to calculate nth term. How much is nth term? So here's the example question. I mean, you guys can just watch it can read it by yourself. Here's just example how to use the formula. Just put the common ratio and n here and the first term in the formula, then you can calculate it. Yeah. So let's continue. Oh, remember? Okay, here's a question I wanna talk about it, because I mean here. After you calculate it, you get R have two question. No, R have two solution, and you put this two R back to the formula, then you can get how much is U1. But it's better that if you check the answer, I mean, you put U1 and R back to the formula here to calculate U4. If the result is also 96, then it's correct. But sometimes maybe some solution is wrong, but when you calculate it, you will get this solution. So just be careful. Let's continue. Let's continue. So now, I mean, for the formula for the nth term is not really hard, but the hard thing is this: the series of geometric sequence. Why? Because the form looks really scary, but I can explain it. So guys, let's see. According to the definition of series, we know that series, it means we add the sum of the first n terms. So Sn, it means u1, which is first term, plus second term u1 times r to the power of 1, plus u1 times r squared time until u1 times r to the power of n minus 1, which is nth term. And because all the terms have a common factor u1, so we can let u1 here, and here's a bracket, count from 1 to r to the power of n. No, power to the n minus 1. Right? Does that make sense? All the terms have common ratio u1. Then the thing we do is we time r for both sides. So we let r time in here. We get r plus r squared plus r cubed plus until r to the power of n. So we can compare with these two things. How to compare it? Comparison? We use Rsn to minus Sn, which is equal U1 time R plus R squared plus R cubed plus until R to the power of n, then minus 1 plus r squared plus until r to the power of n minus 1. Actually, I think you guys can find that because for the this thing is count from r to the power of 1 till r to the power of n. This thing is count from 1, which is r to the power of 0, to r to the power of n minus 1. N minus 1. So the result of this whole thing actually is equal r to the power of n minus 1. So guys, and for the left side, Sn is a common ratio. So a common S1 is common factor. So we can do something like that. So let's move this thing to here. So we get Sn is equal U1 times r to the power of n minus 1 divided by r minus 1. So that's why this formula, the formula looks like that. There's something here. But actually, I mean, you can check because, I mean, how to say that? Here's something really interesting because if u1 equal 1, we can get many interesting things. Is because like, so if u1 equal 1, it means every term is just count from 1 to the r to the power of n. So it's like, so we can get something like that. We can move this to here, so it's like we can use this formula to factorize the r to the power of n minus 1. Here's something really interesting. So that's why we know that if let us solve the equation r to the power of n minus 1 equals 0, it must be a root which is equal 1. It's because we can factorize the whole thing to this. And when r equal 1, this factor will be 0, the whole thing will be 0. So that's why the first root of this function will be 1, and other root is from here. Okay, here's something like that. Yes, here's I mean, it is the thing to, it's a way to prove this formula, because I mean, you see, guys, you can see it. The textbook, the author also uses this way to prove this formula. Okay, but he used a color to make it more easy to understand, because after we time r, this term will become this term, which is the term next to this term. So we can use this way to find the solution. Okay, so the thing left is just some example question. Yeah, so it's something really, it's easy. Yeah, I mean, oh, here's a sigma sign. I mean, you guys can try to expand it by yourself, and check this here to check if you really understand what is sigma, how to use sigma. Yeah, for the geometric sequence and geometric of series, it's not something really hard, but also it's not something really hard. Just remember the formula. But yeah, but if you think remember formula is really hard, you can use this way to prove it by yourself during the test, if you really forget it. So that's all. So bye. Oh, by the way, and I do a past paper the past paper is out of what I think, because you guys, you see, I think this past paper. Let me check my folder. It will. Here mathematic, higher level. Oh, it's from 2021. 2021. I think it's pay. I mean, so normally we have like 1 year we have two tests, two time, May and November. May is for us who live in north part of Earth, and November is for people who live in south part of Earth. I mean, yes, I mean you see. So that's why if you download the thing from the website here, from this website, if you download everything from here, when you open it, when you open it, you will find that here is two paper. I mean, because north part of Earth, they always divided to two group. I think it's like Europe, Europe they have one time, and Asia they have another time. And because south part here is only like South America and like Australia, New Zealand, so they only have one whole test. Oh my god, I don't know how to explain it. So I mean I can show it. So this whole thing is paper is, oh my god. This whole thing is paper 1 till paper 3 for higher level. It is from 2021 May examination session, but this one here is also from 2000. Is also from May. It's because one is for Europe, one is for Asia. And I mean, if you open the folder after you download it, you'll find here's two, and also here's German, French, and Spanish. For the May, but I mean in November you can only find English and Spanish. So it's because of language. Latin American use Spanish, and Australia and New Zealand use English. So they provide another two provide Spanish. But for the May part, you can find German, Spanish, French, and also English, of course. And I mean, you can, after you do it, you can check the mark scheme in the folder. They have all the things you need. Yes, it's the thing. And also, I will say, I don't know why they put some some hard in the paper 1. They put some actually hard question in front and some easier question after. I don't know why. For example, question 9 is actually harder because you have to find you have to think, use which way to count the total way. But I mean section B, the first question, I mean it's really easy. I don't know why. And actually those questions is really easy. I mean it's just pure algebra. It's just pure algebra. It's not really hard. I will say it's not harder than this. I really hate like statistic and the probability. It's something really annoying. Yes. So, but I mean, I already finished the first 10 question and a little bit of 11. Yeah, that's all. So next topic, it will be function. So see you.